Hello and welcome to this live broadcast from Cytiva. We're going to talk about our brand new single-use manufacturing site in Cardiff, Wales. But it's not just the site, it's what the site does, and it's who is at the site and working at the site, and what that means to the life sciences industry. Glad that you are with us to be part of this conversation. And how can you participate? It's pretty simple. To the right of the video screen, you have a chat window. Please use that. You can start by saying hello to each other, telling us where you are tuning in from, and then you can leave comments and you can ask questions of our guests who are here with me live in Amersham, as well as live at our site in Cardiff, Wales. Let's begin right here in Amersham with Joe Govier. You are the CEO of Connected Clean Rooms. Welcome.
Thank you very much, Dodie.
Good to see you. And Emmanuel Ligner, our very own president and CEO from Cytiva.
Hello, Dodie.
Hello. And I wish that you had been here just 5 minutes ago when these two sat down together and really started sharing the stories of how this all began. And we're going to cover that, but it's clearly a partnership that is thriving, but is so new and fresh. So how did this begin, Emmanuel?
Well, it's beginning by being in the heart of the pandemic, having conversation with UK government, the UK vaccine task force, and really realizing that the structure of manufacturing that we had was not appropriated for a global pandemic and for serving needs in different regions. So very quickly, we took the decision a bit less than 11 months ago to move manufacturing into Europe continent, all right, to be able to serve the European continent and European customers better. So we talked with the UK task force. We took the decision to move. Of course, we had an existing site in Cardiff. And actually, It's Steve Becher at the UK vaccine task force that introduced each other. And we're opening the site.
And what kind of impact will this have for our customers?
Well, it's about service. It's about better service to your customers. It's about reduction of lead times. It's about, on-time deliveries. It's about being able to having also a better sustainability. We don't need to air freight those products that are made in the US to serve the European customers. And this is where I think during the pandemic, we realized that we needed to shift our manufacturing strategy and think about in region for region.
Right.
So we have partnership in China. We have manufacturing in China. We have manufacturing in the US. We were missing a manufacturing site in Europe.
The demand was increasing, though. You're talking a lot about the changes to make during the pandemic and the adjustments there, but demand for these products.
It's there.
Right.
It's there, Dodie. I mean, the whole industry, 10, 15 years ago, started to switch to single-use technology.
Right.
And this has only accelerated over the last, 5-6 years. I was talking to Olivier Lalo, our head of biomanufacturing. We have last year sold our 100th flex factory. Okay, so and all those flex factory are in single-use technology, and this is only the full factory that we've sold. All right, so 100 of them. So we have an acceleration of the usage of those single-use technology, those critical products that were used during pandemic, but also the base business is expanding. There's a huge demand for biosimilars, for unmet medical needs with those new molecules that use those single-use technology. So we really needed to have more capacity in Europe for Europe.
And Joe, Emmanuel is talking about increased demand. You founded Connected Clean Rooms 20 years ago.
Yeah.
I guess you're seeing this ballooning of the business, or certainly major changes in the industry for you.
Yeah. We've seen, I think, coming out of the pandemic, we've seen, through the pandemic, the demands were very high, and we had facilities that we needed to continue to build. And over the 20 years, we've continued to grow. We still grow around 30% per year, but in percentage terms, the numbers get bigger. So we joined forces as well with the Angstrom Group earlier this year to help us facilitate our growth with global customers, so we can build facilities locally to those sites. I think you say there's a regional requirement needed now. It can't all come from one central place. So,
right.
Yeah.
Right. And we're getting a lot of greetings. It's fantastic to have viewers from Cardiff itself, from Boston, Massachusetts, from Sweden, and right here next door to us in Amersham. So welcome, one and all. Please do ask a question if you want to ask a question of Emmanuel or Joe. Let's come back to this particular project. Emmanuel said just under 11 months ago. What kind of fantastic, detailed, very clear brief did you receive from Cytiva?
I think it started in February. We had a phone call with Anthony Patterson, was the Cytiva in looking after this project and setting up other facilities, and basically came to us and said, look, can you build us a clean room? We need it quickly, and so on. Then that starts off a process. Okay, can you provide us a user requirement specification, how big and where? And the first answers come back, we're not sure where yet, and we don't know how big we need it. So that's in February, and we were then just working. And I think what I think myself and the reflection on this project has been is that this really was a user requirement specification that's needed from our industry for the regulatory requirements. But really, we had a draft user requirement specification, and then it was very much about the vision. And it was my team with the Cardiff team. They secured the site really quickly. How you secured that site? Very, very quickly.
Which is right next door to our existing.
Across.
Literally put a gate in the wall and they just wander straight through. So it's fantastic. And then it was just about the vision. And it was myself and Anthony and the team stepping in one corner of this facility, talking about what processes or what areas. And it was Anthony who said to us, I need you to paint your way out of the room. Because what we needed to do was have you guys start operating from this facility that was still getting built.
Wow.
And that's not heard of, to do that.
Right.
It just sounds crazy.
Yes, it does.
But there was a real vision there from the team, and he said, paint yourself out of the door over there to the corner. And we walked to this corner, and there was no door.
Paint the door too while you're at it.
Pretty much, and so it was very much about a vision and ourselves and you guys and team to work on that as a vision, whilst all the regulatory URS, all the documentation, you couldn't compromise. Everything still has to follow that process.
Right. We're going to come back to that simultaneous process, but for some reason, something has popped into my head that somebody for Disney has to write a song, Do You Want to Build a Clean Room? I don't know how many have daughters. I do not, but those songs from Frozen, they really stick in my head. Context, enough words. So. Joe, do you want? I guess you want to nerd out. Tell us what we have not seen in that video.
I think the element that you don't really get from that video or any of the photography that we can show of the room is the scale. So there, what we saw was people entering into one single area through air showers. Then we saw the processes with air return columns. These are creating an environment that's 100 times cleaner than any sort of general office type environment. But that's just one room within, and then we've got 18 different controlled areas in there. There's 7 clean rooms for your manufacturing processes. There's anti-rooms, material kitting rooms. The scale of this is the size of a football pitch,
Right.
You know, and just the pure scale of it is something that we just don't really get from there. But it'd be nice.
Maybe the scale equals the mission of the site.
Yeah. And again, I think it will come down to that vision element of it, because you can build a clean room to set up one process, but someone's got to be thinking, okay, how much are we going to need to, in 2 years, 3 years, 4 years?
Sure.
And it's about vision, isn't it?
Yes.
And then you have to, put that commitment to make that happen, and that's what we're seeing happen now.
All right. Let's go now to meet some of the team who helped bring this site to life, and even those who are going to continue to work at the site and keep it running and humming. Joanne Raven is our production manager in Cardiff. Joanne, hello, good day to you.
Hi, welcome to Cardiff and our lovely new clean rooms.
Which probably won't always look that empty, am I right?
That's right, yeah. We've got one couple down that is busy and full of people making things for us. And then we've got these ones which are not handed over to us yet, but which is why we can stand in here today. It's going to look a lot busier soon.
So what does a normal day in your work life look like, Joanne?
Well, I'm kind of trying to make sure that everything's working as it should do. So as we would say, are the trains running on time? Are we meeting customer expectations? And if we're off track, what are we doing to try and get back? I'll be looking at continuous improvement. So how do we become more cost effective or increase output, etc. And of course, as a production manager, my other main focus is the people, our most valued asset. So it's my job to keep everyone safe, engaged, and working to the best that they can. I mean, it's all a little bit different right now. It's an exciting new startup phase, which is really interesting. And we're all trying to build a new clean room space, a production process, and a great team all at the same time, and kind of all learning from each other.
So never a dull moment. Today is the last day of Women's History Month. And Joanne, I can't let go of you without commenting that you are a woman in the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics field, STEM. Tell us how you got your start and why you work at Cytiva.
Yeah, so I was a recently graduated PhD chemist a long time ago now. I've been here 24 years. But I'd really lost heart with working in scientific research, and I just wasn't really sure how I could continue working in science. But then I got the job here at Cardiff, and I was a practical chemist making compounds on the bench, and I loved it. Within weeks, I could tell that manufacturing was what made me tick. I finally had a purpose because I was making products that people actually really needed rather than just test a theory. And I carried on in various different production roles and really got the chance to find out how exciting it is to manage the different aspects of customers' needs in that way and service it in different ways, which was really good. I do feel that, there's really some great opportunities in both production and supply chain roles within the life sciences industry. And yet when I was younger, that wasn't really shared. And even today, a lot of young people don't get to hear about it enough. We are trying to get better with that. So we've got some really good links with the schools where we can share what we do, share our own story, and also explain about the kind of breadth of roles that there are at all different entry levels.
Thank you, Joanne. So this is a good call to action for the audience, is please tell young women about the great variety of roles that are available in the STEM field. It is always worth it, said the communicator in liberal arts. Joe or Emmanuel, do you have a question for Joanne before we release her to go back to normal work?
Yeah. Hi, Joanne.
Joe's got a question for you, Joanne.
Why is the red light on the air shower? Can we get that fixed?
Oh no, red lights. Red lights, bad sign.
We're okay. My air showers are lovely in my actual clean room. I've been in there today.
Okay, great.
Right.
So Joanne, Emmanuel, first of all, thank you for everything you've done. But how did you feel over the last, let's say, 12 months? How was it?
It's been really exciting. It's been really great to be able to join this team of the opportunity to be able to build something from scratch. And there's been a great team here at Cardiff, led by Jackie. Jackie Richards has done an amazing job getting this project up and running. And it's been really incredible to see the speed at which we've turned this empty warehouse into a functioning clean room. And as I look to my right, I can see the bags made on a trolley, waiting to get used and tested. So it's really been exciting.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Joanne. So this is now going to be customers calling you, Emmanuel, saying, I heard the bags were ready. So I know there's a lot of eager customers.
Yeah. We have already shared with customers that this is now up and running. So I know this is an incredible achievement. And the Cardiff team and Joe's team has done an unbelievable work in such a short period of time. I mean, usually it's not 9 months.
No. I think this would be a 2-year project any other time.
Right.
I think what we've had to do is run a number of things instead of the traditional consecutive sort of arrangement, from specifications to designs to approvals to procurement and so on. We've had to run things in a concurrent fashion. So with a draft URS process and a vision, and then moving through that, we needed to sign off things that at certain phases to really compress that timeline.
Right.
And another
Which is actually the way Cytiva likes to build. You mentioned the Flex Factory.
Yeah,
so that's concurrent.
This is something that, in 2011, when we started our enterprise offering with QBio and Flex Factory, we really looked at how to do things in parallel. But it's possible when you do this, when your model is built in a different place, when the infrastructure is put in place on the site, and where you can build your equipment, Flex Factory, and do your factory acceptance tests in different sites. So you do everything in parallel and you compress the time. I think here the challenge was, you needed to do everything in parallel on the same site, building the clean room, painting your way out, as Joe was saying, and then doing all the other steps at the same time. So really a huge teamwork and collaboration.
Right. We have greetings from Brazil and from Miami, and we have other exotic places. Somebody's up very late at night in Korea, in South Korea. So thank you for watching. It's fantastic. It's great to see all the greetings, and I don't have to be the only one asking questions. So far I am. So if there's a question for Emmanuel and Joe, then have at it. Let's hear your questions. We talked about open jobs. Joanne talked about the availability of jobs, and the talent market is very competitive. So first Emmanuel, then Joe, who should work with Cytiva and why?
Well, I think it's about the purpose. It's about what we are doing. Internally, we say very often that there is always a patience waiting for a Cytiva product. And so it's really, really important to understand that we are so critical in the manufacturing of biomolecules, vaccine, recombinant protein, and now more and more the new therapies from monoclonal, from mRNA to gene and cell therapy. So what we do really matter for the scientists that try to understand the disease, try to find a cure very early on. And then we help them once they have that ideas of that potential protein or sequences to come to a market. So really developing the compound, developing the process, and then bringing that to manufacturing at scale. The work that we're doing is phenomenal because we really start from the very beginning and go all to the end, from the idea to a vial.
Right.
And this is just something that I want everybody that wants to work with us have at the heart of their waking up and living. When you make a bag, you make the vessel for therapy, for a vaccine. You make the potential cell therapy for one patient, which is a life-saving treatment. And so that strong sense of purpose.
Right.
The other thing I think is important is we are a very large organization with 16,000 people those days. And so you have an incredible career opportunity. Started at the bench in R&D, moving into QA, moving to manufacturing, moving to sales. There's so many different work where we need the depth and we need the purpose to help us to operate globally in more than 49 countries, if my memory is correct, Dottie.
Right. So big variety, lots of opportunity. Joe, how about for connected clean rooms? And I am to send greetings from some of your team members who are feeling very proud today. So congratulations about that. Yes,
they should. Yeah, no, that's great. Yeah, it's similar with us really. Try and recruit people through a pandemic. Isn't easy. One of the things that we've changed in ourselves here with the Cardiff site was that Our normal model would be we have our core amount of our engineers, design, and so on, and installation team, and they work and they travel to and from work. So Mondays they'll travel Monday mornings, travel back Friday afternoons, spend a lot of time in hotels and so on. Here, because we wanted to compress this the time scale on this project, what we took the decision, and it was a large enough project, and the commitment was very much there from the team. Was that we would recruit locally. So we'd put some core people in there. Cytiva provided us with the office space to sort of run a recruitment campaigns ourselves, and we recruited locally. One of the great things that you guys have chosen in the Cardiff region and South Wales is work ethic. It's one thing that absolutely abundance they have.
Right.
Fantastic, and with great support there as well. So we've recruited locally. It means we can maximise our working week there. And we've got people there that can be there at 8 o'clock in the morning on the Monday, and they'll still be there 5 o'clock on the Friday.
Dedication, purpose, ethics, and by the way, we love it if you move fast.
Yeah, and loyalty. Yeah. I think this is another great thing that I love about South Wales and love about Cardiff and the Welsh people is they're extremely dedicated and very loyal, which I think is very important when you do something like this.
Right.
And so that was. By luck, we had that site across of us, but we've been in Wales for a long time, and we'll continue to be there. It's a great place to be.
And speaking of that, let's go back to Wales and speak to somebody who has been with Cytiva a long time. It is Mike Cooper, our site leader. Hello there, Mike.
Hello, Dodi and Prynhawn Da from Wales.
Great to see you. We are talking about bringing people into the organization for both Connected Clean Rooms and for Cytiva. Tell us about the roles that we are looking to fill right now.
Absolutely. You only have to look at the world today to know it's a privilege to work in healthcare. And I don't think there's any better time to join Cytiva or to start a career in healthcare. Just look at our fantastic facility that you've seen the videos of today to know that we are setting ourselves up for the future. We have many fantastic new roles, over 250. We've already filled 100, but we've got many more to fill. We've got associates to work in the clean room that we need. We need warehouse and logistics workers. We also have quality roles, engineering, planning and supply chain. There are so many, and it's so diverse that really it's a great opportunity to join us. If you really are interested, in fact, our website, the Danaher Careers site, is available, and I think will be shown on the screen, so you can apply if you're interested in a job with us here in South Wales. Jobs are going up every day on that website, so please keep an eye on it if you're interested.
Absolutely, Mike. What I'll add to that is when you go onto that job career site, it often will show that there are fewer jobs because the jobs are categorized. So if it says 30 jobs are available, really what that means is 30 categories of roles are available. So look deep into that website. There are a lot of opportunities. Mike, one more question for you, and that is how different is it to work at Cytiva compared to some of the other life sciences companies in the UK? Go forth with your shameless plug for working at Cytiva.
Certainly. To start with, just being part of what we're doing here, you've heard from many of us on the team as to what we've created here in Cardiff, and to be part of that moving forward, I think it would be great for anyone looking for a career in healthcare. From day one, we want to look after you. From day one, we're interested in your career progression. I've got a learning and development leader who will guide you from day one through those first weeks when you join us. We've created something called a dojo or a practice room. And here, new workers, new starters can really get to know our products, understand our customers, and understand how our products work, both in the hands of the customer, but also how we make these products from our raw materials. So they get from day one a really good understanding of how our products are made and the kind of role they're going to be playing with the company. And really, I think that's a true differentiator for us. And it really helps to guide our people from the start and helps them build a career with a company like Cytiva.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you for being with us today. And it's always good to get a second opinion. And so we've asked more people for their points of view about what it's like to work at Cytiva. Let's have a look at that.
Cytiva and our site are committed to safety. It's not just something we say, it's woven into our DNA. Our associates are working in a living and breathing manufacturing site that handles a variety of processes, ensuring our associates, products, and future patients are safe. We enforce a safety-first mindset.
My name is Emily Bray, and I'm a production operator working on the ready-made line. I've worked here 3 years now. The culture here is great. It's like you go in working with friends and not, co-workers. The benefits here are amazing. The pay is good. There's overtime available if you need it, and everyone's willing to help each other and work as a team. And it's definitely a great environment.
My position is a lab technician, and I work in biology department. I extremely love this place, especially because of people. I work in a great team, and we can actually say that we make fantastic products for customers around the world. Recently, I was off for the maternity leave, and I was feeling extremely supported. I was off for 14 months, and I wasn't feeling like I was away and off for so long.
So I'm Grace Bene. I'm currently a global supply chain integration leader. I've been within the company for 8 years, and I've found it's a company that looks after you as an individual, but also helps with your career progression. What I like about the Cytiva Celebrates Awards scheme is that you can nominate fellow peers for a job well done. It's a good visibility tool for other people outside of Cardiff to see what good work's been done here. I'm happy to be part of the Cytiva family.
As our company and site continue to grow, we are looking forward to the opportunity to meet candidates like yourself and bring in the best candidates to join the best team.
Hi, I'm Mike, the site leader here at Cytiva Cardiff. Exceptional people thrive at Cytiva. Right now, we're recruiting. We have a diverse range of opportunities across our clean rooms, production areas, labs and warehouses, and we are hiring exceptional people who want to contribute to our teams.
And thank you for the associates who contributed to that video. It's always good to see what people really think about working with us. We have some questions from the audience. Shall we tackle those?
Absolutely.
All right, Dr. Kashama Worth, I like this question a lot. Critical lessons learned, and if you could go back and do it again, would you do it the same way?
I think it's too early in the day for me to really put too much reflection in there. I think I'd like to see at the beginning, we talked about the vision and how to share that, and then you get into really practical elements because it's a construction project and it needs to be done in a certain way. I'd love to see that vision, the group invest more time at the front end in really agreeing what the outcome should be, both in the finish of the project and I suppose contractually, things like that. So sometimes you bump into yourselves in a project where everyone's trying to move with the best of intention all the time, but you can soon get tripped up on things. And I think when we get to the very end of this project, to have a mopping up process as a group to say, okay, what have we learned?
Yeah.
How can we now take that on to the next facilities would be great to do.
Okay.
So the answer isn't fully there yet.
We'll come back and ask the question again in a little while. Now, Emmanuel, without saying that you would have done it faster, how would you have done this one differently?
I don't think I will have. I mean, again, I was personally not as in detail as Joe was, but fast decision, fast execution, fast outcome, and
with quality.
And with quality. And Mike and the team and Joe have done an incredible job, and they are very, very proud of what they have achieved. So, same.
I think it's backing your team, isn't it? You're there. You don't need every decision flowing back up the chain.
He doesn't even want it that way.
No, you just got look.
He's a very trusting guy.
No, but it's either you have the best and you empower them, or you don't, and you have to control. And in Cytiva, we hire the best.
And you have to believe in that, and that's the same within our organisation. You back the people, their judgment, and you just get behind it. Then they'll start making faster decisions, quicker decisions. and that's what you want. And if they make some decisions wrong, then you
have their back.
Correct.
You have their back.
Absolutely, yeah.
I sense a whole live broadcast about leadership starting to happen
anytime,
here.
buddy, anytime.
Okay, so a question from Tanya Kimball, which is, do you think the speed of this project is the new normal? Or is it an exception?
Well, I think it's back to what Joe was saying around what did we learn? And I think we learned that we can do things differently. So maybe not that speed, I will say, but not what we used to do in the past. So I think it's a balance between needs and what can really be done compressed at the same pace. I don't know what you think, but I think it teaches us a lot.
Yeah, I think we've broken through this barrier now, so that concurrent to consecutive approach, it's been done in vaccine manufacturing. Is how we've got these, fantastic, changed our lives. We're going to see that in other therapies, like in cell and gene therapy, the same type of approach. So I don't think we'll go backwards.
No.
We're seeing other technologies in battery manufacturing. There's a big drive now to get, battery manufacturing in Europe and not to,
Exactly.
So I think that we're going to see similar approaches across other industries as well.
All right. So a lot more to come from Cardiff, from Cytiva, and from Connect to Clean Rooms. Thank you, audience, from tuning in from North America to South America to Europe to just everywhere you can possibly think of. And before we say our thank yous for the program, Joe, I know you want to say a thank you.
Thank you very much for hosting today, Dodie.
Oh, that's my pleasure.
Fantastic and a pleasure to do this. As a small token of our gratitude and our participation, as a small gift for you, the team there at Cardiff.
Can you show the audience?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm not so sure why sunglasses is.
This symbolises that we started this project as a vision. So it is very normal to have a groundbreaking day on a project, which is where you break the ground to start the project. Here, groundbreaking wasn't our priority, was it? So this is our version of the groundbreaking now, to say thank you very much. This is a project that both of us have participated in, and that's symbolised that vision that we.
This is brilliant. This is brilliant, Joe. Thank you so much. Thank you for what you have done, and thank you for the Cardiff team what they have done as well. So
no, thank you very much, and to all my team as well. People watching. And the Cardiff team, definitely. Thank you.
All right. Emmanuel Ligner, thank you very much. Joe Govier, Joanne Raven, and Mike Cooper in Cardiff. Thank you so much for taking time out of your important work to share your experience on this LinkedIn Live broadcast. Most of all, thank you, audience, for your participation, for your greetings from all around the world. The next time we see you live on LinkedIn will be in May, so we look forward to that. And take care and stay safe.